Welcome to DriverDTrains. Thanks for stopping by. I'm your host, Driver D. Joining us today is our conductor and brakeman, Scratchy-C. This is a channel about model trains, with a little bit of rail fanning mixed in for good measure. Model railroading is often called the world's greatest hobby, and for good reason. It is a hobby that is suitable for adults and children of all ages. You can start at any time, take a break from the hobby, then come back and pick up from where you left off, or start all over again. I have participated in the hobby, on and off, for over 50 years. The hobby encompasses all different kinds of skill sets, both artistic and technical, which makes it both a left brain and right brain activity. You can participate in the hobby at any level, from total novice to accomplished expert. And whether you like building models, painting scenery, wiring electronics, programming code, operating trains, or all of the above, the hobby has something to offer everyone. You can enjoy the hobby individually, with friends, or even join a club. Model railroading has always enjoyed a strong sense of community, and there is a vibrant community of model railroaders here on YouTube. I hope that you will find something useful and entertaining on this channel. I'll be posting occasional updates with information about some of my own experiences in model railroading, both from the past and what I am working on now. I'll also post occasional videos about any cool trains I see during my travels. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and check back when you see that Driver D has something new to share. Yes, Scratchy, you can share too. For starters, I'll be posting a number of videos that feature the D-Saver, my small 1-foot by 6-foot switching puzzle layout that I built on a shelf using Atlas Code 83 sectional track, along with a used Athearn Genesis Southern Pacific GP38-2 and some 20-year-old rolling stock. It's my version of John Allen's Timesaver, which has been around for over 50 years, modified to fit my needs. And when I say I built it on a shelf, I don't mean a shelf running around the perimeter of my basement. I mean a 1-foot by 6-foot shelf board I bought for $16 at my local home improvement store. I thought it was just $12, but this is 2023, so inflation. Nevertheless, even though the D-Saver layout may be tiny, it features all the latest 20-year-old tech, including Tsunami 2 sound decoders, DCC-EX running on an Arduino Mega microcontroller, JMRI computer software, Wifi-Throttles running on my phone and tablet, and my custom-designed switch list generating puzzle app running in Microsoft Excel. So even though the layout is tiny, it's good for hours of model railroad switching operations with each session. And no two sessions are the same. Through a series of videos, I will tell you about my inspiration for the layout and how and why I built it. I'll show you how I designed it in Rail Modeler software and then tested it on my floor using printed paper cutouts for the track. How I put it all together, worked out the bugs, and what I have planned next. Then I'll show you how I assembled and configured an Arduino base station and installed DCC-EX controller software. I'll also show you how I installed and set up JMRI, how I use it to decode, configure, and reprogram my DCC locomotives, and how I created a roster of those locomotives along with custom throttles for each one. And I'll show you how I set up and use the Wifi-Throttle app on my phone and iPad to run my trains. And I'll take you on a tour of my custom-designed DCC-EX switching app and how I use it to create and keep a record of the switch lists for each operating session on the layout. I'll also show you some of the things I learned along the way, mistakes I made, and challenges I overcame. Later, I'll show you how I paint and ballast the track, add some minimal scenery, think dirt, maybe some static grass, and print out a simple custom backdrop and some mock-ups for structures. Hopefully you'll find something that you can use on your model railroad, maybe even inspiration. Finally, I'll try to highlight some of the model railroaders here on YouTube that inspired me on my journey, and without knowing it, encouraged me to create this channel. There are too many to name them all, and I'd miss some if I did, but I'll try to highlight one or two in each video, starting now. Be sure to check out their channels. There's always something new to see. I've included links to their channels in this video's description and in the channel section. In no particular order, here are the first three. Firstly, I'd like to mention Jimmy from the DIY and Digital, who has built so many different layouts during the last several years that I lost count, but who reminded me that our experience in model railroading, as in life, is about the journey, not the destination.
I started my model railroad journey here. Yeah.
Jimmy also opened my eyes to the possibilities of using Arduinos and DCC-EX on a small layout. Next, I'd like to mention Rick and his helper Benjamin from SoCal Scale Models. On his channel almost daily, Rick showed me how much fun you can have on a layout performing switching operations on industrial leads, and the stories you can tell when your trains are the performers. Rick also made me realize that I could find happiness just listening to the sweet sounds of a noisy prime mover revving up, and steel wheels and brakes squealing on the rails.
Take a look at that.
And lastly for today, I'd like to thank Joe Parker from the Pixel Depot. In several videos, Joe told me to stop procrastinating, get off my butt, and run some trains.
Hey, you, armchair modeler, the one with the whole collection of stuff stashed away. Yeah, you. Pay attention. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Parker of the Pixel Depot.
A couch model railroader with a closet model railroad isn't having much fun. Joe also explained through a series of videos how a layout diagram in a magazine inspired him to build his own small switching layout, not much larger than what I had in mind. And Joe's comment that he never likes to exactly copy someone else's work.
I don't like copying anything exactly. I'd rather put my own stamp on it, even if they're only minor tweaks.
Helped me to realize that I could design my layout however I wanted without having to apologize for not meeting someone else's expectations. So without further ado, it's time to leave the station and ride the rails. In my next video, I will tell you a little bit about my past experiences in the model railroad hobby and how I ended up designing and building the D-Saver. This is a work in progress, so hop on board, fellow hobos, and we'll see what lies just around the bend at the next stop. Remember to subscribe to the channel, press the thumbs up button to like the video, select the bell to turn on notifications, and stay tuned for the next update. Also be sure to find the links in the description and check the community page for other great model railroading channels, including the ones I mentioned here. Until then, are you ready, Scratchy? Okay. All aboard!